Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Xbox On. Henry here, and we've got a fresh stack of weekly deals for you. But before we get into the games, the Xbox Series S and X are now available for pre-order. Yep, you can now grab one of them and make sure that you can get a brand new next-gen console when they arrive on the 10th of November. And that does include Xbox All Access plans where you pay monthly to get a console and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and save a few quid in the process. So that's probably the single biggest deal of the week. And if you want to know more, you can check out our Xbox All Access Explainer video by clicking up in the top right. And if you've already put your pre-order in, nice. What'd you go for? Series S? Series X? Outright purchase or Xbox All Access? Let us know down in the comments. But while we count down the days till November, there is still plenty of exciting games to play right now, including some absolute bargains.
Resident Evil 7, aka Biohazard, landed on Xbox Game Pass earlier this month, ready for some pre-Halloween scares. But if you don't have Game Pass, or you want the full version of the game with all its DLC to keep forever, this is the deal for you. 50% off the Gold Edition. In case you didn't know, this is a first-person reimagining of the survival horror series, switching out the usual zombies for the Bakers, a swamp-dwelling family of virtually unkillable murderers. And it'll set you up perfectly for the next game in the series, Resident Evil Village, coming to Xbox Series S and X next year, and picking up the story in a brand new setting. If you manage to creep your way through the game already, you can grab each of the game's DLC expansions for 60% off this week too, including End of Zoe, which lets you actually play as a member of the Baker family, one with slightly nobler aims than their relatives, thankfully. But this is far from all the resi on offer this week. The sale includes a version of every single game in the series, with the recent remakes of Resident Evil 2 and 3 both half price, or Resident Evil 4, which tipped the whole series on its head with a fresh action focus for 60% off. Whichever one you pick is sure to be a horrifyingly good deal.
My daddy was not nice to me!
From Resi to Rockstar next, because pretty much the entire Xbox back catalogue of this legendary developer is on sale this week. Let's start, where else, with GTA 5. It's one of the best-selling games of all time, but in case you don't have a copy on your Xbox, you can grab it for half price this week and catch up with Michael, Franklin, and Trevor in the single-player campaign, or pull heists with friends in GTA Online. Or if you'd rather see what Los Santos looked like back in the early 1990s, you can get a third off GTA San Andreas. Or you can hop to the opposite coast and visit Liberty City in GTA 4 with a whopping 65% off. These backward-compatible 360 titles are already pretty cheap, so with these discounts, well, it's a steal.
Okay, but what about Rockstar's other magnum opus? Fear not, if you're more into horses than horsepower, Red Dead Redemption 2 is also on sale with a 55% discount. It's another stunning cinematic story paired with a sprawling multiplayer full of activity for you and your posse. And once again, it doesn't stop there. You can also pick up the first Red Dead Redemption with 2/3 off its usual price. And given that number 2 is actually a prequel, it's a great way of picking up the story and seeing what happens with John Marston 10 years later.
And it's not just Red Dead and GTA, pretty much the entire Rockstar back catalogue is on sale this week, including some considerably deeper cuts, such as L.A. Noire, a detective story set against the glittering backdrop of Golden Age Hollywood. This game's facial animations were groundbreaking when it first came out, and it's been enhanced for the current gen with high-def textures, improved lighting, and, if you're playing on Xbox One X, all of it is in beautifully crisp 4K. And at half price, case closed.
Ah, so you must be Hopkins. You seem to be making yourself quite comfortable here, my boy.
I'm just trying to fit in.
Okay, let's go even deeper with a deal for the real Rockstar heads out there. 60% off Bully, the Scholarship Edition. This back-compat 360 classic basically takes GTA to the playground, where you play a notorious trouble causer at a boarding school, pulling pranks, slapping around the bullies, and generally raising hell. Did you somehow miss out on this gem back in the day? Well, there's no excuse now. None. I won't hear it. Especially the classic, did they'll get my Xbox controller line. It won't work. Play the game.
And finally in our Rockstar lineup, the game we all think of when we say their name. The biggest of them all. So definitive, they put their name right there in the title. Rockstar Table Tennis. Okay, a ping pong sim might not be quite what you expect from the masters of open world mischief, but it's got a lot of their hallmarks. Banging soundtrack, revolutionary graphics, and it was the developers' first ever Xbox exclusive. For 60% off, this is a beautifully detailed sports game and a fascinating piece of Rockstar history.
Okay, so that's it for my fellow Scots Rockstar's publisher sale. But it's not the end of the bargains, oh no, not by a long way. Another series that's having a big week is Devil May Cry. The special edition of Devil May Cry 5 has just recently been announced as an Xbox Series S and X launch title. And basically every game in this stylish demon-slaying series of slash-em-ups is on sale right now, thanks to Deals with Gold. So if you can't wait for the special edition, you can grab the Xbox One edition of Devil May Cry 5 for 20% off, including 100,000 Red Orbs to get you started in-game. And if you're an Xbox Game Pass member, you can actually play it as part of your subscription and pick up discounted add-on content, from soundtrack packs featuring music from the previous games to a version of Mega Man's iconic Buster Gun. And speaking of those earlier games, if you fancy digging back into the series' history, you can get the Devil May Cry HD Collection and DMC4 Special Edition bundle for half price, packing up remasters of the original trilogy along with the fourth game and all its bonus content. Or, for a totally different spin on the franchise, take a look at the underrated DMC, a dramatic reimagining of Dante and Co. from Hellblade developers Ninja Theory, slashed down just 1/3 of its usual price.
Our work is finished, Liu Kang.
Lord Raiden.
It falls upon you to architect a new history.
Okay, finally, we've got a big discount on an even bigger expansion to one of our favourite fighting games of recent years. Yep, it's Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath. This is the first proper expansion pack in 3 bloody decades of Mortal Kombat history, bringing not just new fighters into the mix, but a whole new campaign for you to play through, picking up where 11 left off with even more time-travelling, disemboweling adventures. Oh, and one of those new characters is none other than RoboCop. And you get a skin for Johnny Cage that dresses him up as a mime, so what more could you ask for, really? There are a few options here, and they've all got 40% off, so if you've got the base game already, you can just pick up Aftermath on its own. But if not, there's the collection pack, which includes the game and expansion, as well as the combat pack of characters like the Joker and Arnie's T-800. And in case you're typing this into store search, yes, collection is spelt with a K.
So, there you have it. Whether you like your Kombat Mortal, your Dead's Red, or your tennis table-based, there's something for pretty much everyone in this week's deals. We'll be back next week with another set of red hot bargains, and in the meantime, plenty of other videos with all the Xbox content you crave. So make sure you're subscribed and ring that notification bell. We'll see you next time. Bye!